Hey, what's going on? It's Eric Benet, and I got a new song out with Tamar Braxton. It's called Something We Can Make Love To. I'm so excited about it. Folks is feeling it. Steve, I want to say thank you so much for asking me to do this. Thanks to iHeartRadio. How about we just get into this chat, this Steve Harvey Ask Anything chat. Let's do it. Okay, first question is from Tiny from Chicago. I hope it's Tiny. It might be a silent E. If it was a silent E, that'd be weird. It wouldn't be weird, just be different. Tiny. From Chicago. Okay, take us back a few years. When did you get the call that somebody wanted to sign you to a label, and which label was it? That's a great question. So I was with my sister, Lisa, and we were in a band in the Midwest, and my cousin was in the band as well, George Nash Jr. And to make a long story short, we had a little demo, a little performance of us, and it got into the hands of a young lady by the name of Allison Ball, who just got her brand new A&R gig at EMI Capitol Records. So that was my first record deal with my sister Lisa and my cousin George, and we were called Benet on EMI Records. Later, that same Allison Ball would go on to sign me to my solo deal at Warner Brothers, and is now my partner and CEO of JBR Records, my label. How about that? Okay, let's get into the next question. Tasha Jade from Barnsdale, Australia. I know that was a horrible accent, Tasha, I'm sorry. Who was your favorite singer when you were growing up? I love you. Well, I love you too, darling. My favorite singer growing up, it's such a cliche, but if you ask 90% of R&B people, especially from my generation, the answer is going to be Stevie Wonder. I mean, he almost reinvented singing, and there was just not only so much vocal ability, but just so much passion and soul and meaning. But yeah, Stevie, there it is. All right, Barbara from Burbank. You right up the street, Barbara. How did you get hooked up with Tamar on the new single? Who let Tamar in the room? I am really good friends with Tamar. We did a tour together with Snoop Dogg. He had a little gospel tour called Redemption of a Dog. That's how we met years ago, and we just were really like cool friends vibing with each other on the tour. A gentleman by the name of Laney Stewart, incredible producer, wrote this song with Felly the Voice, and his brother, another iconic producer, Tricky Stewart, suggested that once he heard my vocal on the demo of this song, he was like, you know what? I think that Tamar Braxton would be dope on this. And I was like, you're a genius, because I'm imagining how dope she's gonna sound on this record. And we were all right. There we go. Thank you, Barbara. All right, Lana from Nashville, Tennessee. When do you know it's time to release new music? What triggers in your mind that it's the right time? That is another great question. Y'all got some great questions. Yeah, because it's been a minute for me. It's been about 8 years since I had a single out. You know, with me, I don't just put music out to put it out. And like your question implies, Lana, I just have to feel like it's time. There are a couple variables that are involved in me coming to that conclusion. And without getting too long into this answer, I think I come from an era where music, I don't know, I just feel like music meant more than it does to the consuming public now. And so I wasn't in all that much of a hurry to just put my music out when I feel like in today's society, music is just this disposable thing with, in my opinion, less reverence than it had when I was coming up. So eventually I just got to the point where, you know what, I owe it to my fans to put some new stuff out, and maybe I can be one of the catalysts to bring that reverence back. I don't know. So, but thank you for the question, Lana. All right, Dawn from Cleveland, Ohio. Do you have a closet at home just for your performance clothes, or do you mix your personal clothes in with them? The answer to that question is pretty short and sweet. No, I do not have a separate closet for performance clothes. And usually I'm performing in something that I don't really think of as performing clothes. I just think of as, oh, it'd be nice to wear this. Performance clothes at some point are going out clothes or dinner clothes or event clothes, so it's all one kind of hodgepodge. All right, let's get to the next question. All right, we got Jennifer from Wilkes. I'm gonna pronounce your damn city wrong. Please forgive me. Wilkes Bar? Damn, you probably mad. Everybody in Pennsylvania mad at me now. I would love to hear about your influences and mentors in the music business. I already named one, Stevie Wonder. I grew up listening to so many different kinds of music. I grew up listening to a lot of classical music, Tchaikovsky, Chopin, Mozart, Beethoven, the Beatles, Bobby Caldwell, Earth, Wind & Fire, James Brown, Steely Dan, Gino Vanelli, Chaka Khan, Ella Fitzgerald. I'm really attracted to musicians who have a distinct sound, and in their own time and in their own genre, they really push the envelope of what creativity was. I think I'm just naturally drawn to those kinds of artists. All right, Mallory from Henderson, Nevada. Where did you play your first gig as Eric Benet? Wow, that's a really, really dope question. And you just took me back about 79 years before I had my record deal. And there was a band in the Midwest that needed a new lead singer. And I auditioned for the band. And for whatever reason, I left my last name off. My last name is Jordan, so my full name is Eric Benet Jordan. But when I auditioned for this band, I was like, Eric Benet. And it kind of stuck. So there you go. And this was way back in 1990. All right, so Will from Statham, Georgia. You mad at me now. Statham, Georgia. Have you ever been vocally trained, or am I self-taught? I've never really been vocally trained. Not professionally, but I'm the youngest of a group of siblings who all sing. And so they trained me, and my mom sang. Ari from NYC, do you recall the first time you saw somebody create art of you, and how did that make you feel? I think this was one of the first times. Back home, my hometown of Milwaukee, they did a cover story of me for Milwaukee magazine. And part of that cover story was this huge chalk drawing on the ground by this artist who I'm sad to say that I do not remember his name, but that was the first time I saw a visual artist rendition of me. And how did it make me feel? I felt so incredibly honored and flattered that somebody would do that. It happens every now and then on the road, like someone would, hey, wait, there's one right here. Look at this. Isn't this great? Somebody gave me that at a gig. I thought that, and that's pretty dang good. Vest. Yeah, there it is. That's me. All right, so let's get back to some questions. Kelsey from Pittsburgh, PA. What was your first cell phone? My first cell phone. That's pretty dang good. Wow. I don't remember. I had the StarTech. I had the Trio. I had the I don't remember. I'm sorry. But I know it was in 1847. All right. Maddie from Huntsville, Alabama. Oh, what warning label would I come with? I think the warning label that I should come with is, this seemingly mild-mannered black man is prone to very inappropriate humor. That's a long label, but I'll be making some jokes. I was born in the 60s. So some things I think are funny be making folks clutch their pearls when I wear pearls. I say some crazy stuff sometimes. There you go. I think that was it. Steve Harvey. Thanks, man. I hope I see you soon, Steve. Because you was early on in my career, man. You was there, for real, supporting me. playing my music before anybody else would play it, oftentimes. And I love you, bro. And iHeartRadio, thank you. Ask Me Anything. Y'all threw me some softball questions. We can do this again. All right, Eric Benet, out. Okay, so that looks like that's all of the Ask Me Anything questions. Steve Harvey. Man, listen, first of all, Steve Harvey, you've been there from the beginning, bro. Like, you would play my song, you would jump on my songs back in the day, sometimes before anybody else would. So I love you, for real. You big old caterpillar mustache having funny black man. I love you. I just want to say thanks again to iHeartRadio, and thanks to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. My single with Tamar Braxton, my dear, beautiful, amazing, singing, lovely voice friend Tamar Braxton, our new single, Something We Can Make Love To. Why don't you go put that song on right now, and why don't you make love to somebody to it? This is Eric Benet, Steve Harvey Morning Show. Thank you. Peace.